Hey, future TEDx speakers, are you ready to get on a TEDx stage? Stay tuned because in this video, I'm going to show you how. Let's do it. All right, this is Dara Connolly, your Fearless Confidence Coach. And in this video today, I'm going to be dropping my top tips on how you can speak on a TEDx. Let's not waste any time. I landed on a TED Talk and I'm helping you do the same. So here we go. Tip number one is I want you to begin with the local talks. I don't think I've come across too many cities or countries for that matter where there is no TEDx. They're all around the world. I've been coaching clients from India. I think there's a guy that's also in Pakistan, all over the place. So you can find a talk that's in your local city. That's where you want to begin. So begin by searching, first of all, where they are, who's the local talk, and then connect with those curators. There's great leverage when you can say, I'm a local speaker. I'm interested in getting on your stage. Here's my message. Short message, and connect with them. Now, as always, I take tips to the next level. So how do you connect with them? Well, if you're on LinkedIn, you can search and find people there, or use any of your social media platforms to see who do you know that maybe has hosted a TED Talk at their school, university, at their church, community center, or who do you know who knows someone? So begin by searching your contacts and start locally. Remember, TEDx don't pay for you to fly to their talk for the most part. There's a few exceptions. So that means they are excited to bring in a local speaker, somebody who can support the community. So when you position yourself as the local speaker, it's going to make you stand out. So you have a huge network of people that you've worked with, your family members that you've known over the years, your friends, friends of friends. Start scouring your community and asking around who knows someone, and begin with those local talks. Don't be afraid to reach out to them. Okay, tip two is I want you to be honest in your pitch. What do I mean by this? Somewhere in the application, it's going to ask, have you spoken on stage before? Now, here's the trick that I see a lot of people blow this, because they'll come to me, hey, Dara, I'm a new speaker. I want to get on TED Talks. So I say, yes, I've been speaking on this topic for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, when they haven't been. And that actually hurts their application. Here's why. TED Talks and TED curators are more interested in the new-ish speakers who don't have a platform. So if you are brand new, think Greta Thunberg or anyone else who has never been on a platform before, now they have an opportunity to be on that stage. This is a bonus in the curator's eyes. They want that new speaker, that fresh face. So don't lie, be honest. If you don't have a speaking experience or background, it can actually help you. This can work in your favor. If you do, now let's talk about the flip argument. You do have 20 years of speaking, or maybe you were a professor or a teacher, and you're comfortable in front of an audience, it's no problem, you've been doing this for a long time. Well, then what you do is you focus more on your credibility as the person who has the content. We're not going to focus on the platform by saying, yes, I'm in front of an audience every day. No, what we'd say is, I'm very credible to speak on this topic because I have 20 years as a professor, blah, blah, blah. A little bit different there, not lying. It's just letting them know what they need to know. So be honest in your pitch. Don't make things up and don't lie. And if you're nervous about speaking and you have an opportunity to interview with them, you can tell them that. You can share that with them. I get a little nervous on the stage, but I'm really excited to share this message. Just turn it into a positive. If you've worked hard on your campaign, maybe you run a nonprofit and you've spent years developing it and you're excited to finally have a platform. But again, you don't have tons of experience, or you haven't written a book, you don't have the things that we typically look for as a qualified speaker, then let them know how excited you are because you want to help others with your mission. Because that passion goes a long way. You see, the curators are real people, just like you and me, who are looking for real people to put on their stage. So be honest with them and let them see your good intentions. Okay, tip number 3. Before we get to 3, always a good time to remind you to smash that subscribe button so you're notified when I publish new content. And don't be afraid to hit like or comment on my videos so I can know what you're thinking. And then after this video, you're going to see the link below for DaraConnollyCLUB. Make sure you check that out because there's a plethora of videos there with curators and expert speech coaches and story writers who will help you take your TED Talk and speech to the next level. So don't forget to hit the link for DaraConnollyCLUB when you're done with this video. All right, tip 3 is a tip that a lot of people miss. And let's say you've applied to speak and you don't hear back, just crickets. A lot of people just let that go. Well, I'm suggesting to you, you follow up on the pitches you've sent. You know how many people don't do this? We don't know if the person's email got lost or they have so many that they just didn't get a chance to respond to yours. So hitting a quick little refresh or, hey, just following up, checking in on that TED Talk, just kind of touching base, not all the time, not every day, but once in a while is okay until you hear back from them. Until you hear a firm, flat, no, we don't want you, I'd say follow up a handful of times. Just space it out so it's not annoying. If you do hear back from them and unfortunately you get a rejection and it's not the message you wanted to hear, follow up with, thank you so much for letting me know. I'm curious, can you share why you rejected me? Can you tell me what about my pitch didn't fit with your organization? Although I'm disappointed, I'd love to know if I can pursue this stage next time around. You want to find out why they rejected you. So ask. Maybe they'll say, we already have a speaker on that topic this time, but we'll keep you in mind for next year. Or your speech was a little too long. You're coming in a little bit over what our requirements are. And that's what did it. So now you know, shave a little, let's start editing. Ask them. You can also ask them if they would consider you for their next TED Talk. You're never going to know what it is you're missing if you don't ask. So don't be afraid to ask the questions. Look, a lot of times people are afraid to put themselves out there to ask because they think it makes them look unprofessional or they're going to embarrass themselves if they say, oh, we just didn't want you. That's unlikely to happen. People are people, they want to help you. And the more candid you are, the more honest you are, and the more forthcoming you are with, hey, I'm really excited about being on the stage. I'm just curious why I wasn't selected. Doesn't mean they definitely will contact you and tell you why, but if you don't ask, they're most likely not going to respond at all. So now that I've given you some tips on how to speak on TEDx, you're going to want to watch my next video, which is how to become a professional speaker, because that's the next step. And don't forget to hit the link below for DaraConnollyCLUB, where it tells you a lot more about how to go through the process to actually look for TED Talks and apply and get selected. So I look forward to seeing you in my next video. And until then, you are amazing.